Government Affairs for Visa.
Thanks so much, Rob, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Leela from Visa, and I gotta say, it is amazing to be in the great state of Texas. I normally hail from DC, and this is just beautiful. It's beautiful to be here, and I'm so excited to be a part of the opening of our park right here in the great city of Houston. And you know what? This park it's more than a field. It's a symbol of what's possible when passion meets purpose, and I think that's just so evident in even some of the conversations I was having with the young gentleman over here, where this park gives life and meaning and opportunity. And thank you for sharing those stories. And it means so much, especially as you guys are coming into the next step of your journey. You know, at Visa, we believe in the power of small steps, not just the big ones, but what all of those cumulatively mean. And the opening of this park, while a small step, is a big stride towards building stronger, more connected communities. And it's a place where confidence is built, where teamwork is learned, and where everyone has a shot or a goal, maybe, a pun, at success. We're deeply proud to celebrate the vibrant culture and passionate sports fans of Houston today. And this space is a testament to our commitment to Houston's youth, families, and neighborhoods. It's where goals begin, right here, today, with this opening. Being here in Houston reminds me of why community matters most, and this park is a shining example of what happens when we come together. With the opening, as Rob mentioned, we've now had 8 street soccer parks, communities that are dedicated to our youth, and an opportunity to explore, to learn in our learning centers, and to have that chance to build camaraderie, trust, and opportunity. And we're bringing parks just like this to all the FIFA host Cup cities in the US as we build momentum to what's going to be an amazing World Cup tournament and one of the greatest ever. So thank you to Street Soccer USA and Bank of America for your partnership, and for everyone in attendance here today as we kick off this park, because you are what make this possible. We can't have a park without people who want to use it. And with that said, it's my pleasure to introduce someone who shares our passion for uplifting communities, who put in the work to build this beautiful area and revitalize it and provide a dynamicism. And it's been amazing to just hear your story and your work. So I'd love to welcome to the stage Commissioner Lesley Briones. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the heart of Gulfton. Can we please give it up for our amazing partners, Street Soccer USA, Visa, Bank of America, Houston Revision, our Harris County Opportunity Center, and we have many members from the World Cup Host Committee, as well as Dynamo leaders and many of the hardworking men and women from Harris County. So can we give everyone a huge round of applause? But most of all, our students here at the Opportunity Center. I am filled with pride and joy, not only as your commissioner, but more importantly, as a mom and as someone who used to be a teacher. What I would have given for my students, many of them also involved in the juvenile justice system, to be able to have amazing fields like this, to build community, to build discipline, that connection, the leadership on and off the field. This does transform the experience that our students have. And it was amazing talking to Eduardo, Andy, and Hudson, and others here today. This is for you. This is our belief in you, our pride in you, and our pride in the Gulfton community. And to have it here, and I want to thank Street Soccer USA and the partners. They're doing 26 soccer parks in the US, and one of them is right here. There's 3 in Texas and 1 is right here. So we're so grateful that we were picked. We know Gulfton is the modern day Ellis Island. Over 60% are foreign born. Gulfton, to me, represents the best of the promise of the United States. And so as we prepare for the World Cup, and we think about the legacy that we are going to leave behind for our community. I am proud to have this field. I'm proud for our Grow the Game initiative and the new fields we will have across Harris County. And to the 12,000 kids who live within 1 mile of here, this is for you. For everybody who will visit Harris County, Texas, and the United States to be a part of the World Cup, this is for you. And when I think about soccer in particular, it's the world's game. Soccer unites across countries, across cultures, across languages. And that is what we need right now, is unity, coming together, these public-private partnerships to get it done. And so I'm so thankful to our partners and look forward for many years to come to see our students playing on it. Very briefly in Spanish, buenas tardes a todos. Soy Lesley Briones, su comisionada del Condado Jerez, Precinct4Forward. Bienvenidos al corazón de Gulfton, aquí en el Centro de Oportunidad del Condado Jerez. Estamos celebrando las oportunidades aquí en el Condado Jerez. La Copa Mundial de la FIFA pondrá los ojos del mundo sobre el Condado Jerez. Y queremos asegurarnos de que este legado beneficia a nuestras familias aquí. La campaña Street Soccer USA está construyendo 26 parques de fútbol, incluyendo 3 aquí en Texas y 1 aquí mismo en el Condado Jerez, aquí en Gulfton. Estamos rompiendo barreras y creando oportunidades. Muchas familias enfrentan obstáculos para que sus hijos puedan participar en deportes. Solo el 32% de los niños de bajos ingresos participan en deportes organizados. Y como madre y ex maestra, he visto los beneficios de los deportes en equipo. Y reconocemos el poder de las alianzas públicos y privados. Así que muchas gracias a Street Soccer USA, a Visa, a Bank of America, Houston Revision, our World Cup Host Committee, and our Harris County Juvenile Probation Department. Vamos a tener estas canchas de fútbol y también vamos a tener centros de aprendizaje y programas de desarrollo laboral aquí mismo, y todo completamente gratuito y abierto para todos. Y aquí, este parque Burnett Bayland, vamos a estar trabajando, vamos a continuar juntos para crear la oportunidad que esta comunidad merece. Estas inversiones van más allá que la Copa Mundial. Desde canchas de fútbol en Burnett Bayland y Freed Community Center hasta iniciativas como Grow the Game, que incluye 4 nuevas canchas en George Bush Park. Estas inversiones seguirán beneficiando a familias después de la Copa Mundial. Aquí en el Condado Jerez estamos muy agradecidos a estas alianzas y en unos días vamos a tener la Copa Mundial. Pero lo que más significa es el legado que vamos a dejar para nuestra comunidad. Y estas canchas son ese legado y vamos a estar rompiendo barreras porque ustedes, los estudiantes de aquí del Centro de Oportunidad y las familias de Gulfton, eso es lo que ustedes merecen. Y el soccer, el fútbol, es el juego del mundo. Y vamos a estar en unidad celebrando y creando esa oportunidad juntos. Así que muchísimas gracias a todos y me da tanto orgullo estar aquí con ustedes. And with that, please help me welcome our Executive Director of Harris County Juvenile Probation Department, Henry Gonzalez.
Hi, welcome everyone. Again, I'm Henry Gonzalez, the Executive Director of the Harris County Juvenile Probation Department. When I became the Executive Director about 8 years ago, I knew that I wanted to do things differently within juvenile justice. So we used to have 3 juvenile correctional facilities. We knew back then, or at least we thought, that the way to treat kids involved in the justice system was to lock them up. Some of us knew that there was a different way to do that, that wasn't the best way to do that, and I was one of those. I wanted to do things differently, so my plan was to take one of those youth correctional facilities, close it down, and repurpose it. So if you look at this building back here, what is now the Opportunity Center used to be the Burnett Balin Rehabilitation Center, and it was a juvenile correctional facility that used to house kids. It was a residential, meaning that they lived there. So what I wanted to do was to take a building that was built to lock kids up and turn it into a building that kept kids from getting locked up. I wanted to give them the resources, the tools, and the support they need to be successful, to be able to reach their goals. And so that's what we did. The other thing I wanted to do when we created this was to make sure that juvenile probation was not the direct provider of services, because when we are, that means that the youth and the family are dependent on being a part of our system. I wanted to create resources that anyone can take advantage of. So when we opened the Opportunity Center, we opened the doors to community-based organizations, giving them space to come in and do what they do, to provide our families with the support that they need. So today we have over 30 community partners who are providing services here. During the day, the services are provided for our young people involved in our system or the child welfare system, and they come and get GED instruction, vocational training. Some of our partners include the Houston Food Bank, which has a supermarket in here. AMA provides treatment for kids. We have, I didn't know it would grow this big. If you go down this road, we have the Tejano Center Grad Cafe. We have Credible Messengers United. It kept growing and growing and growing. And so again, today, we provide our young people with those opportunities. The beautiful thing is that in the evening, it opens up to the community and they get to come in and take advantage of these resources as well. One of our partners that I'm going to introduce, the executive director in just a minute, which is Houston Revision. They help our young people transition into adulthood because we really like to take the approach of our young people being emergent adults, and they'll provide them with the housing they need, with the financial literacy that they need. Again, we want to make sure that we're providing them with everything they need to succeed. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce one of our key partners here, Charles Rotrammel, who is with Houston Revision, who, when he reached out to me about pitching this idea, and before that, Precinct4Forward had reached out about expanding the new park to our side over here, and I thought that was a wonderful idea because I wanted to get rid of the stigma of this being a correctional facility. So when Charles reached out to me about this, I decided I did not want this to be a juvenile probation project, but a Precinct 4, and that's what it is today. So with that, it is my honor to introduce Charles Rotrammel, Executive Director of Revision Houston.
Thank you, Henry. What Henry didn't tell you is he and I have been friends for 35 years and worked together that whole time. Houston Revision is a partner to the Juvenile Probation Department. We have been that for, well, way longer than that, 15 years and counting. And in addition to that, we try to find positive activities for young people to be involved in so they never have to get involved in the juvenile justice system. So we do go into all the juvenile facilities and provide services, and we provide services, as Henry mentioned, to the young people who are coming out. But we also started a soccer program 15 years ago because that's an activity that young people want to engage in. We're based right here. Our soccer program practices on the field in front of the Opportunity Center. We're here 4 nights a week. And that's because, as Commissioner Briones mentioned, Gulfton is the most densely populated zip code in the state of Texas. And the primary activity that the young people in this neighborhood want to engage in is soccer. And so we've gone deep in our soccer program and provided a free activity for the young people in this neighborhood to engage in. And what I want to emphasize here is that these young people, even though they may not have the financial resources to play competitive soccer, they can be successful if that opportunity is provided to them. We have won the state championship at the highest level of U.S. youth soccer for 5 of the last 7 years. And we have 2 teams competing for the same thing this week and next week in Round Rock and College Station. So these kids may come from little resources, but they can achieve the very highest if given the opportunity. And that's what we intend to do here on this street soccer pitch. This will be open to the public. We will provide oversight of the field. We'll run tournaments here. We'll provide coaching education, referee education to the community here. And our young people will be able to utilize this as well as the Opportunity Center youth. So we're thrilled. Thank you to Street Soccer USA, to Rob, to Lawrence for creating this idea. Thank you to Visa. Thank you to Commissioner Briones and Precinct 4. None of this could have happened without your help. Thank you, Henry, and the Juvenile Probation Department. And I'll thank lastly, Rick Jaramillo from Bank of America, I'm introducing now, who will be our last speaker today. So thank you to Bank of America as well.
I think that applause was when he said I was your last speaker today. I really admire this gentleman right here. He found the one shady spot right there. He said, man, I'm grabbing this right here. Nobody's going to take it away from me. Well, Commissioner, I heard the words championship, ideas, learning, helping others. Wow, what a great foundation was already here before we even started expanding this park. This is great. I admire, Charles, you say Jaramillo better than I do, so I thank you so much for that. What an exciting day today for the unveiling of the new Bank of America fields at Visa Street Soccer Park. The day has finally arrived. I was telling some of you that I've seen this park in many forms and fashions on paper, but to actually stand here is pretty darn amazing. I am so happy and proud of the work that you all have done to make this possible. You know, as we gear up for the FIFA World Cup, which is coming across North America, there are benefits to being a host city like Houston is. And before even we hear the first whistle, you're starting to see some of the benefits come to life. And that's the beauty. Who is going to win? Our neighborhoods, our kids. That is our most valuable asset in the Houston region. Commissioner, you could not have picked a better day for this. Sunshine, low humidity. I mean, the future looks extremely bright here. At Bank of America, we know that the power of sports unites us. And Commissioner, when you speak about today's times, often when we are told that we need to pick a side, today we can unite, and we unite around sports. We unite around our kids. We unite around our neighborhoods and our communities. And we unite around those that are going to make some great memories here. This is much more than a field. This is where memories will be made. I can already hear the laughter of the kids, the playing, picking sides, learning discipline, learning teamwork, and learning how to win, and learning how to become a champion. It's why Bank of America partners with some of the most iconic brands in sports: FIFA, U.S. Soccer Federation, the Houston Astros, and the Masters Golf Tournament. I hope some of you saw some of those ads that we ran with the Masters Golf Tournament. Who did they feature? They featured kids in some of the most iconic golf shots in the history of the Masters Golf Tournament. But today's all about soccer, the sport that brings people together of all different ages, abilities, and backgrounds. So congratulations to all of you, and welcome to the Bank of America fields at Visa Street Soccer Park, right here in Precinct 4. Commissioner, congratulations. And now if everybody will join me in what we came here for, is to do the ribbon cutting on this fabulous field.